going to use an 8mm socket, and we're going to remove all these bolts right here. Now I want to show y'all something. I personally buy Great Value oven roasted turkey because it comes in this awesome bolt container. Let's take this off and see where we're at. Now what the lady said is that she feels like that the pulley for the centrifugal clutch is broken, and apparently it's a common problem on this particular bike. If you're watching this video, more than likely it is a common problem. So we're going to get it off and we're going to see if we can weld it up, maybe reinforce it, make it better. Go from there. Okay, we're going to take off this jam nut here and unthread the other part of the pulley. This, what we're going to do, it's not just job specific to this particular bike. Any of them, if you run into a problem like this is maybe a way to fix it. On this particular model, 14mm, takes off the jam nut. Now I've got it, the pliers tighten tension on the chain here, so it, it keeps it locked up. Get that off like that. Take the pliers, break that loose, unscrew it. So you can tell it actually broke at the other side of the little weld that welded the nut on. I don't know if you can see that right there. Now what we're going to do, we're going to weld this back in here, obviously. But to do it correctly, we've got to bevel the edge of this right here. Now it's going to be you can do either one, you can do both of them. This is going to be easier. One bevel is going to give us the penetration that we need. Now you have to remember that you can't just lay something flat on there and come to the other side and just weld a bead on there. You're not going to get the penetration. It's going to break back loose lickety split. Now you see, we got it beveled, we got it fitted in there. Now, of course, one of the things that you want to make sure of is, as you can see, you've got this portion that's welded to it, and this is the threaded part that goes onto the crank. Now this has to be pulled in there, because if you got it cockeyed or whatever and you screw it onto the crankshaft, it's going to sit there and be wobbling and be, creating a lot of vibration and God knows what else. So what I did to make sure, or to ensure that, is I got me some washers and I run this I run this bolt through the hole, which is the same thread pitch and the whole 9 yards, and I tightened this up and pulled it flush, and then I verified that it was flush using dial calipers all the way around, and I did it in 4 places around, and I was within about 8 thousandths. That's going to be plenty good. That's only going to be 4 thousandths on each side. So now what we got to do, get it over to the welder, start welding it up. Alright, we're going to put our chain on. Alright, after you get that chain on there, get the short bolt started. Alright, make sure you put your dowels in where they go. Right in there. Did you cover? Now, obviously these don't use gaskets because they're packed with grease. I mean, you know, simple little setup. There we go. You'll have, you know, the sprocket shaft for the inner bearing. Had to line it up. Now your 2 long bolts, they're going to go up here because those go into your crankcase as well. And then the other one down here. Alright. Alrighty. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and torque them down. Y'all make sure y'all start saving your oven roasted turkey breast for bolts, the great containers. Waste time, won't not. Now you may have noticed that I decided not to use a reinforcement washer and weld that on there. I felt like because the clearances inside the engine, that building up the weld, which increased on both sides, working my way outward, increased the thickness and the strength of the pulley. Now I'm not saying that further out it might break, but the closer you are to the center, the more the torque forces are on the material. You know, that's just the way it works. But so we welded it up, put it on, put it all back together, and it works good. Because I can tell you, we didn't get the footage, but we fired it up. Well, actually, it didn't want to fire up first. And we had to take apart the petcock because we couldn't get no fuel to the bowl. We had to clean it all out and put it back together. Once we put it back together, we took it out there in front of the shop and a pull start, and it fired up, and that thing was wide ass open, tires spinning, and it started digging into the gravel and shot gravel towards my cameraman. And there was a glass mason jar that I drank my drinks out of. It was sitting beside him, and one of the gravel went through the mason jar, busted the mason jar. I wish we'd have gotten footage of that, but we didn't. Anyhow, so we had a few more issues with the carburetor. That's okay, but we know that if it'll fling rocks through a mason jar and almost kill the cameraman, then the weld worked and the centrifugal clutch is working. So we'll probably make a video of fixing the carburetor and stuff like that. But I'm in it here. I can't find my beer. It's probably over there. See you on the next video.